All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to get into a variety of topics, but this first one is a hot topic that I know a lot of people always want to know about, and it has to do with financing your Tesla. More specifically, if you just bought a Tesla, what you should do immediately to lower your payment. And of course, that answer is refinancing. But before we get into any of that, I usually run my intro here, but we're traveling. As you can tell, this is not our usual stage, so I can't run the intro. But if you're new here, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla with the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And actually, shout out to my latest Patreon members. I'm not sure if I said thank you to y'all, but Colin, William, Shan, thank you for joining the Patreon. Thank you for supporting and getting, of course, you got probably access to my buying guide, which has links to all the best resources and links and credit unions that I use to get the best possible deal and financing on a Tesla. But before we get, let's roll right into it. So I'm making this PSA because I put a poll on the channel. You know, I usually do put a poll, and this is what I saw. I asked the question a day ago: how did you finance your Tesla purchase? And an overwhelming majority, 34%, said Tesla financing. And so that stuck out to me because, you know, on this channel we do make a lot of videos trying to recommend people to get the best rate on a Tesla, to go through credit unions. So I was happy to see that 29%, the second majority of people, actually went through a credit union and got financing. But then also at the same time, 8% big bank, Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, 15% cash. Like, kudos to all you that can pay cash. Like, I mean, cash is king at this point. But really stuck out to me is a big portion, 34%, use Tesla financing, and another 8% use a big bank. So that's why I'm making this video, or that's why I'm talking about this first topic, because more so of a PSA at the moment. Like, if you just bought a Tesla, please do this now. Please go through these steps to lower your payment, to get a better rate at the end of the day. So let me walk you through this, right? So you just bought your Tesla. Congrats to you. Hopefully a Model 3 Y, S, or X for the most part. And if you use Tesla financing right now, but we all know that that is a pretty high rate at the moment. Taking a look at it, you can see it's 5.59% as an interest rate, and we can do better, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can do better. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by Tenet, which is another way if you want to lower your payment. Check out Tenet, link down below in the description. Tenet is a different way to finance your EV because they allow you to defer a portion of that loan to the end of the loan. Let's say that $7,500 federal tax credit, you can defer it off of the loan all the way to the end and have a lower monthly payment for your Tesla. So definitely check out Tenet down below in the description. Anyway, so going back to this, you just bought your Tesla, you financed it through Tesla financing, 5.59%. The key thing here is that you can actually still refinance your Tesla and get a lower rate. You can use Tenet to get a lower payment, but you can also use places like credit unions to refinance and get a lower rate. So I'm going to give you one really specifically. This is EECU. There's plenty of other credit unions out there that you can try and research and find. And if you don't want to go through that research, that'll give you a way to find the best list at the end of this segment. But there's a good one, EECU. It's, I think, California, certain areas, but I think other people can join as well. But you can take a look at here. Refinancing, financing is available. You can see there's a section for refinancing. You can do this anytime, really. You could, well, you can't, not anytime. You want to do it relatively quick after you buy the vehicle, so at least within 1 to a few months. But you can take a look right here as we go down to the interest rates. 4.49%, over 1% lower than Tesla's financing's 5.59%. Of course, this is a promotional rate until the 31st. So you've got a few days, like at least 3 or 4 business days till the end of the month to try and get a lower rate. You can see the terms are very favorable, 4.49%, anywhere from 72 months, 60 months, what most people probably are. Even if you want to stretch it to 84 months, because Tesla does not do 84-month financing. I mean, there's probably not recommended, but you could go there if you want to. But that's a quick way to save money on the Tesla, save money on the Tesla payment, lower that payment, and of course, at the end of the day, pay a lower interest rate on the loan 100%. And if you want a list of a bunch of credit unions that have been vetted, that are proven, that all have rates lower than this Tesla's 5.59%, definitely check out the Patreon link down below in the description. You can get access to my buying guide, which has links to all the credit unions and banks that all have interest rates lower than Tesla financing. Check it out, Patreon link, or even the YouTube join link down below in the description. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Refinancing is very, very easy. So hopefully we can help like the 34 people or 34% of people. It's almost 1,100 votes. So that's like almost 300 to 400 people that use Tesla financing. So that's a PSA. Get out there, lower the rate, check out EECU, not a sponsored post for EECU. Check out Tenet if you want to lower the payment by deferring some of it. And also there's plenty of credit unions out there, so check out your local credit union, see if that can help you out. Or there's tons of videos on the channel that go through the process and recommend some other credit unions if you want to do that as well. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump and we're going to try and speed run through a variety of topics. But before we do that, this video is like sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description. So check it out. All right, water break. Thanks for coming in, John. I know it's a late stream. Thank you for joining. We're tied up with some things, but thank you all for coming in and supporting. Ratish, thanks for coming in. We'll get to the live stream comments. We'll get to all the questions because that's the benefit of the live stream, right? I answer every single question that you have after we go through some things. Water break. All right, we're going to try and speed through a bunch of topics. It is late, so we're going to talk about some things, and then we'll go to sleep. And then we'll be back, of course, tomorrow. So in this next topic, we're going to talk about the EV price war and how the competition is coming on fierce. And Polestar, if you don't know, is releasing a SUV-ish type of vehicle, and they are going to spend a buttload of money on this vehicle. So in case you missed it, just take a look at here. I thought this was pretty interesting. Shout out to Tesla North, and Polestar 3 launch is about to come in the US, and it's going to include a $20 million marketing campaign. That's absolutely insane. Of course, if you don't know what Polestar is, they are an electric vehicle, not startup, but they're kind of a branch off of Volvo, and I've seen the vehicles. Right, I mean, I think it's a very good offering. It's a very nice car. The Polestar 2, and the Polestar 3 is supposed to be like more of an SUV, but the kicker thing with Polestar is they come with, I'm pretty sure, like 2 years of free Electrify America charging, and on top of the lease deals, I'm pretty sure they're passing down the 7,500 tax credit as well. So, you know, we are a Tesla fan channel. You know, I've had 4 Teslas so far. I have a Tesla right now, but at the same time, we got to keep our eyes open, right? There might be some good deals coming down the pipeline, and it's funny, or it's interesting to see that Polestar is about to spend $20 million on a marketing campaign, or in the flip side, Tesla doesn't spend, I don't think they spend any. We've never seen a Tesla commercial on TV. We've never seen it in like at least a Super Bowl ad by Tesla. On really all Tesla is word of mouth and really social media, which is they don't spend money on the ads for social media. They kind of just, it's all organic posts at the end of the day. So it's pretty interesting to see kind of like other manufacturers spend buttloads of money on marketing. And on top of that, don't forget, like Polestar had that Super Bowl ad commercial where they basically went against Tesla at the end of the day. So it's funny to watch them spend $20 million on a marketing campaign. So let me know what your thoughts on it. Would you ever buy this vehicle? I think this vehicle is going to come out like $70,000 to $80,000, which is weird, right? It's like in between a Model Y and a Model X pricing, unless the Model X price goes down even more. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to get into our next topic, but before we do that, this video is like sponsored by my Patreon link. Down in the description is a Patreon link where you can get access to my buying guide, so definitely check it out if you're interested. All right. It's hope everyone is doing well. My allergies are killing me today. I don't know about you all. J Bay, welcome to the stream. I will we'll get to the live stream comments, but welcome to the new whatever this is. Don't worry, it's only temporary. We'll be back at our normal scheduled programming Thursday. We'll be back Thursday, but today and tomorrow we'll be in this environment right here. So this next topic, I don't know about you all, but I am a Nissan GTR fan. If you've noticed on my channel, there's a couple videos about Nissan GTRs because I've owned two of them actually for both brief, short periods of times. I've always liked the car. I've always liked owning it, but now it looks like Nissan might be getting into the electric vehicle space. Well, we know they are with the Aria electric vehicle SUV and things like that, but they just teased a GTR EV video. So in case you missed it, it looks pretty darn interesting. So we'll get into it. But if you haven't seen it, shout out again to, of course, Tesla North. Nissan teases R32 Skyline GTR electric concept video. So I don't know if this is fake, but it has to be real because it looks like it's coming from the Nissan YouTube page with 240 subscribers, and you can see it's a quick video, not much really going on it. It just shows kind of like the back of it, of the back of a car. You hear it start up, so I don't know what they're trying to say here. Maybe it's going to be like a hybrid of sorts, but if they come out with a vehicle or a new vehicle with this old classic legacy type of style, that would be phenomenal. I mean, we talk about this, at least me, and we talk about how like it would be so cool if manufacturers came out with like a older style vehicle that was like refreshed with the latest like interiors, newest engine technology and all that stuff. But if they come out with an old looking Nissan GTR but made it electric vehicle, that would be a hot seller. I would love to buy something like that. But this looks pretty interesting coming out from the Nissan world. You can see it ends with R32 EV. So now I'm like thinking, is this going to be some sort of like classic car reproduction as an electric vehicle? Like we've seen that. I don't know if you guys have seen that in the past, but there are companies out there where you can buy like a classic Porsche that's like an electric vehicle and like buy it, and it's like you can basically buy these vehicles that have been converted at the end of the day, and it looks really interesting. So I could easily see Nissan doing something like that, or at least some sort of company partnering with Nissan to do something like that to build some sort of excitement on that. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it, and we're going to jump into our next topic. But this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link, so definitely check it out if you're interested. I do want to try like a different style format, and some of you might actually appreciate where I just like talk about a bunch of topics back to back to back, and then we get into the chat. It might be a little bit more listenable for people that want to listen to this style of news and things like that in more podcast form instead of trying to watch all the various clips on top of that. But in this next topic, there has been sales data that has been released, and Tesla looks like they have slated, or shown to have slated, or shown to have sold almost 50% more cars than last year. So we'll take a look at what the data is, and it looks like they are stomping the competition out there. And this is Cox Automotive data that has released. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. All right, so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Sawyer Merritt. New data from Cox Automotive shows that Tesla gained more market share, 1.4% in the US in Q1 of 2023 than any other brand. Tesla gained double what second place Nissan did. So if you take a look at this graph, this is from Cox Automotive. It compares 2022 Q1 of last year versus this year. Of course, we've still got a few more days left in Q1 of 2023. But if you go to the Tesla line, you can see Q1 of 2022, they sold 129,000 vehicles. And this year, this Q1, they're projected to sell in the US 181,000 on almost 40% increase Q1 over Q1, which pretty crazy. Like, so we can essentially say that Tesla almost sold 50% more cars this year than last year, which, I mean, there's a couple things to be could said here, right? Like, there was a massive price decrease in January, like $13,000 less on the Tesla Model Y, and on top of that, there's the 7,500 federal tax credit that came into play as well too. So like, is this just a pull forward of sales, like pull forward of people that might have been wanting to buy like in summer or quarter 3, and now they're just buying now just because the deal is too good? I mean, we do talk about like what type of owner a Tesla is, and you know, people love getting deals, right? And so like, if there is a deal, and there's a lot of people recognizing that there is certainly a deal on a Model 3 or a Model Y right now because it qualifies for the 7,500 federal tax rate. And then if you tack it on top of states like New Jersey that has a $4,000 state level rebate or credit, California has a $2,000 to almost even $7,500 credit rebate, or even more depending on certain counties. So people can see a deal. I mean, I'm not sure if people buy Teslas or electric vehicles because they want to save the environment. More so, I would say a majority of people want to buy Teslas because it just makes sense. It makes wallet sense at the end of the day. You're saving money. So that's actually a good poll. Maybe I should put that on, you know, on the poll channel. Like, why did you buy your Tesla? To save money or to save the environment, right? And at the end of the day, we're not going to spend more money essentially for other things. Like, it's got to make sense at the end of the day, depending on monthly payment, price of the vehicle, how much you're spending on gas, maintenance, and all that stuff. So I can easily see why Tesla, you know, has sold more vehicles, because especially with the price discounts on top of that. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. I know there's a lot of you out there with pending estimated delivery dates where it just took delivery and things like that. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. But we're going to jump into our next topic. But before we do that, this video is like sponsored by my Patreon link. Down in the description is the Patreon link, so definitely check it out if you're interested. All right, let's jump into some of the comments and the questions. Ron John, way too late. We've live cast in the morning. Yeah, thanks for coming in, Ron John. On the road in the pink room. Pink room, exactly. Any incentives available for federal tax credit? At the moment, no. I mean, unless you're certain, whatever, it depends on what state you're in. Ratish, where are you at? Does anyone know any good electricians in the DMV area for a 220 volt charger installation? JB, I would say try Yelp and see if you can find any. I would just try and do like the best reviews or things like that. Johnny, hey, welcome to the stream. Welcome to another video. Matt, selling my BMW i3 tomorrow and picking up my Model Y long range in Bay Area. Can't wait. Order was placed 123. Congrats to you, Matt. Check out the links down below in the description for our Tesla part accessory partners, where you can get discounts on a variety of other companies out there. So definitely check it out. And Matt, where are you selling your BMW i3? Are you selling it privately? Because I know those vehicles, they're probably in like the 10 to 20, maybe even $25,000 range. You might be able to get really good value for that at the end of the day. So definitely check it out. But yeah, thanks for joining in, everyone. We've got one last topic because more details have been released, and this is a vehicle that I feel like is a hot vehicle, and so we'll talk about it. Harvey Briggs, what's up, Dennis? Have you put out your Model X video yet? Not yet, Harvey. I know you're like the #1 fan that's been waiting for it. I need to re-edit it with different music that's not copyrighted, and then I made to make a thumbnail at the end of the day. Corgi-san, welcome in. Thank you. Yeah, it's this. You can see this is what the place looks like. Nice background. Exactly. All right, so in this next topic, a new Tesla EV killer has been released, at least the details of it. And I've been following this one for a while because I like the style of it, and you probably do too, at least from what the sentiment is. But at the end of the day, we're not really sure if we can drive a Kia, but we'll talk about it because the stats have now been released. And one thing stuck out to me, and that one thing is an 800 volt charging platform. I have no idea what that means, but that sounds very like a lot of power and hopefully maybe a lot of speed to charging, but we'll talk about it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best thing on Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. So let's take a look at this. The Twitter, I guess, or electric vehicle Twitter was all a buzz about this because the all new Kia EV9 has officially been premiered. So here's a post from Electric 2024 Kia EV9 has been premiered. Here are some quick specs. We've got 336-mile range. Not bad. Can't hate on that. I mean, especially if that's a true 336, kind of like how Rivian doesn't overstate their range. We got 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds, or 0 to 62 in 5.3 seconds. Not bad, especially if this is a huge SUV, which it looks like it might be because it seats 7-seat passengers. And the one thing with this different or cool about these 7-seat passengers is I'm pretty sure these two middle seats rotate all the way around 300 or 180 degrees. So that's different. I mean, right? Like, I don't think any SUV does that at the moment, at least from what I see. And of course, like this interior that Kia and Hyundai are doing, well, along with a bunch of manufacturers, but this connector screen definitely looks cool to me. I like this style. I like how it looks. And so that's definitely really nice. And then 5K tow capacity, 100 kilowatt battery. Okay, so we've got two different battery options, 76 kilowatt option or a 100 kilowatt option. So that's probably why I do see in some posts that it says like 280-mile range, because they're trying to see that if they come out with a 76 kilowatt option version, then it would be a lower mile range. Because this is interesting, because we joke about a lot on this channel that Tesla should come out with a lower range Model X, dare I say Model X standard range, maybe with a lower amount of range, like 300 miles, because this vehicle, this Kia EV9, is slated to come out anywhere from what, $50,000 to $70,000. And so if Kia comes out with a Kia EV9 280-mile range true huge SUV for $50,000, then you can for surely bet that Tesla will have to come out with some more to release some sort of newer option, maybe even a 70K Model X, 80K Model X. That could be very, very interesting. But the last thing that stuck out to me on this was 800-volt charging platform. That sounds like a lot of power. 149 miles in 15 minutes. Like, that seems like a good, I don't know what that translates to kilowatt hours, or like what type of speed is that, 350 kilowatt per hour type of speed at the end of the day, because it most likely is, because I think right now the current Kia and the current Hyundai does charge up to like 350 kilowatts a hour, which is much faster than Tesla's 250, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. So I mean, we would love to see what the pricing actually comes out for this thing, because then we'll figure out if this is a true Tesla killer or not. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're gonna jump into the last final live stream comments to end it out, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down in the description is a Patreon link where you support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me. We can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, refinancing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price, including credit unions and banks on that list that all have interest rates lower than Tesla financing. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Does the Model 3 Performance use different battery than the standard Model 3? Yes, it's a LFP in the Model 3 standard range, and the Model 3 Performance uses something else at the end of the day. I don't know why my thing is like glitching out a little bit. Privately to a coworker. Nice. Okay, that's nice. They're probably paying cash then at the end of the day, make it easy. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Please hit that like if you enjoy it. Check out the links down below in the description if you want to support the channel. And thanks for joining this late night different background screen. I know it's a little bit different with the camera and everything, but we'll be back tomorrow in this same setup, and then Thursday back to our normal scheduled programming back in the office. But thanks for joining in. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hitting the like button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.